Hello again, Danny here on the Below Average Iron Dan YouTube channel. Before COVID I was above average, since then gone downhill, working on trying to get back up to the above average level. Seems to be getting more difficult the older I get, but there we go, that's life I suppose. Older, not very much wiser, but we keep plugging on. Just a bit of a kind of an insight into where I got into triathlon. Started running in 2005 after just realising I was just getting far too overweight, up to 17 stone, 16 and a half, 17 stone, and it was just too much. And I used to run for South Notts when I was a kid at school, so I thought I'll start up again, do a bit of running. Thought that I could run half a marathon straight away. No, you can't, can you? Couldn't even run half a mile down to the local pub at that point, but kept on plugging at it, and ended up completing my first half marathon in 2007, Humber Bridge Half Marathon. The day before the floods, actually, in 25th of June 2007, that Sheffield and Hull got hit by quite bad with. Moved on from there and did my first marathon in 2008 at Windermere, thinking it was going to be flat around the lake. It wasn't flat. It hurt, and it was slow. I think it was 4:25, 4 hours 25. Went back again in 2009 and got it down to 4:12. But that was in 2009. And in 2010, after doing Newark half marathon and getting a PB there, I went down to what was a new event in 2010, the Outlaw Full 140.6 triathlon, in which a friend of mine, a good work colleague, Andy Blow, was competing in. So I went down there to watch him finish, knowing it was going to be quite some time. And he's a funny bloke, is Andy, and he doesn't smile very much. And watching him do the last lap round the lake, I think it was about 13 hours 13 minutes, 13 hours 15 minutes or something. He was in a world of pain, and it was fantastic to see someone putting herself through that kind of grief. And I just wanted to do that. I thought, well, a marathon is nothing compared to what he's just done. 2.4 mile swim, 112 mile bike, and then a marathon. It's just not on the level. So I wanted to feel that. I wanted to feel that pain. The only problem with that was I couldn't swim. In the August, I think it was August the 8th of the first Outlaw Full at Nottingham on Pierpont, I could not swim. I could not float. There was no I can swim, I can't do front crawl. It was I don't float. So there was a big issue there. I could ride a bike, maybe not 112 mile. I could definitely run a marathon. I couldn't swim 10 metres, never mind 3,800. So went to David Lloyd's in the November and booked some adult swimming lessons. Managed to get stuck into that, really got stuck into the swimming. Within 4 lessons, 4 1-hour lessons, I was doing front crawl. And on the 28th of December, I passed my 25-metre adult swim badge, front crawl. And that was 28th of December 2010. I then booked in to the Outlaw Full. I just had to learn how to carry on for 3,800 metres as opposed to 25. And then the open water business, which is like learning how to swim all over again, as everybody out there will know that does triathlon and open water swims. Booked into a Southall triathlon, which is also run by OSB Events, who do Outlaw, in the May. So that was actually my first, 2011, May 2011, my first triathlon at Southall. 16 lengths in a 25-metre pool. I think it's 400 metres. But I've never been so nervous in my life. I remember near enough crying when registering to do that event. Completed it, got my first triathlon t-shirt, and then it was just keep on going for the few weeks it was up until Outlaw Full. Yeah, so 8 months before the Outlaw 140.6 triathlon, I couldn't swim. Managed to get up to the distance, managed to go into the Outlaw in 2011 and complete it in, I think it was 13 hours 44 minutes-ish. But chuffed, absolutely chuffed to bits. done a few more outlaws since, had a few DNFs down there through my own stupidity. Loose cleats on one pedal that totally knackered my foot up on the bike. Thinking I was a better swimmer than I was at one event, that was 2012, starting at the front of the swim. Spent about 40 minutes, what seemed like it, underwater, turning into a submarine as 300, 400, 500 swimmers came over the top of me. That wasn't fun at all. That put pay to my race. I was just sick all the time. Decided to move on to Ironman events. Booked in for Ironman Wales at Tenby in 2014. Went down there, attacked the swim, rough as hell. Didn't even manage one lap. Got pulled out 52 minutes. That was an expensive 52-minute swim. That was really expensive. Met a couple of great people down there that also had problems with the swim. Rob Griffiths being one of them. Yeah, that was a learning curve again. And that was in 2014. But sat on the beach, cried to myself a little bit, and then rebooked. Thought, I'm not going to let the dragon get its way over me. I was going back to slay it. So I rebooked for 2015. So that year, in 2015, I had 2 full distance triathlons. I went back to the Outlaw in 2015. I think that was a July event, and I managed to get my fasting totally. I was hoping I could get 12 hours 30. I did 12 hours 7 minutes. I was absolutely over the moon with that result. Absolutely buzzing. And I knew I could have had that 7 minutes as well if I'd not pratted around so much on the run. Just doing too much high-fiving and shit like that. And yeah, I could have actually gone sub 12, which might be out of the distance for me now. I might never get that, but there we go. I enjoyed it anyway. That was in the July, and went back to Tempe in the September to slay the dragon, which I did. Took me 15 hours 7 minutes, 3 hours slower than the Outlaw a few months earlier. But as people will know that know that course, it is a different baby altogether. But yeah, tick that one. Got the Ironman out of the way, got the badge, could have the tattoo even. Went back in 2015 to Tenby to do it again. 2016, sorry, I had DNF 2014, 2015 and 2016. I went back, yeah, did that. And a few more outlaw halves since then. Ironman Italy, managed to go across there in 2018, and in 2019 went over there again and did the same event. Lovely event, well supported, lovely place, cheery. Cracking weather as well, although the wife did the half in 2019, and the day after I did the full, the weather was appalling. It poured it down and it turned really cold as well. And so that's just a quick run of my triathlon career. Went back to Tenby this year, September, and had another problem in this. Although the swim was a good swim for me, I drank a little bit too much salt water, and the heat and not being able to keep food down meant I got stopped on the bike. So same again, I've had to rebook, and we're going back next year, 24, in September, to give the dragon a bit of a kicking again, hopefully. Still struggling to get the weight down, but it's coming off slowly. Don't expect anything to happen massively over the next couple of weeks, because it's that period where you just eat a load of junk into it. I mean, I eat junk most year round, all year round, but seem to put a bit more away over the next few weeks, Christmas period. Not really a Christmassy person, but the food's pretty good. So that's just a short insight into my triathlon career. So anyone that says I can't do triathlon because I can't swim, you can learn how to swim. It's not always easy. It can be hard, but if I can do it, I was never scared of water, but I never learned how to swim at school. I always skived off school when swimming was available. Always managed to get away from not going to it, and missed out on a lot of fun in my early 20s, early 30s, not being able to swim on holiday, and just sticking to the side of the pool. Because not Ironman, because of triathlon, I've managed to learn how to swim, and I've had so much fun doing these events since. Never mind just open water swimming and swimming for the sake of swimming. It's just great. So I hope that gives a bit of an insight into how I've ended up being a multiple Ironman finisher, multiple outlaw finisher. I have DNF'd at quite a few as well, like I say, through my own stupidity. But let's keep it going. Roll on 2024.